Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the witnesses for being here this morning. Since the 1980s, the United States has faced a decline in manufacturing jobs that has left many workers feeling forgotten and turned away by many once thriving communities into ghost towns. Democrats are united in wanting to bring more good, high-paying manufacturing jobs to these communities and making sure America is leading the way in strategically significant manufacturing sectors of the future. But President Trump's disaster tariff plan, which is estimated to increase costs to American households by $4,900 a year, is not the solution. During the Biden administration, the Democrats' Made in America agenda resulted in legislation like the CHIPS and Science Act, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and Democrats drafted this legislation with Republicans in a bipartisan way, and with the vital input of manufacturing workers, employers, and impacted communities. This legislation jump-started industry, helping to create more than 700,000 manufacturing jobs in the United States and secure over $1 trillion in planned investments. Our country has not seen this much new factory construction in half a century. This legislation and these investments created during the Biden administration should continue to pay off, creating over 200,000 more jobs each year going forward, assuming no new policies stifle that growth. There's still so much to do and to support in terms of domestic manufacturing and creating good-paying, safe, and affordable products here in America while protecting our environment. I'm here to work with anyone, regardless of political affiliation, to continue this work. But I'm also concerned that instead of advancing the progress we've made over the last several years, we're going to trend in the opposite direction due to Trump's irrational blanket tariff policy. While Democrats' legislative achievements in manufacturing have created, again, more than 700,000 manufacturing jobs, Trump's chaotic tariffs are expected to eliminate 770,000 jobs in 2025 alone. Tariffs are an important tool when used carefully and intelligently can help the American worker. But from slashing services at the VA to accidentally encouraging our air traffic controllers to resign and firing the essential workers that maintain our nuclear weapon stockpile, deporting American citizens, and discussing sensitive military operations on signal, careful and intelligent does not describe this administration, and that is the case with their tariff policy as well. Investors are pulling back from doing business in America, which impacts critical industries and prevents companies from actually starting new businesses to make goods here in the United States. Hardworking Americans are seeing a tanking stock market tank, widespread firing, and are concerned about what's to come. I've heard from countless Central Floridians in my community who have fears. David, an Orlando retiree, has lost 20% of his 401k in the last 2 months. Patricia, an Orlando resident, wrote in saying she cannot make improvements to her home with the recent instability of the economy. And Delia, who also wrote into our office, a Winter Park working person, said she won't be able to afford the tariff-driven increase on the cost of foods, housing, medicine, and other things as well. We know there's a better way. The laws we led created the stability that manufacturers need to create jobs, and we worked to make sure that they were jobs that Americans want and deserve, safe jobs that offer financial security and stability. Democrats increased both worker safety protections and worker safety inspections while making good wages a key component to the CHIPS and Science awards. The Democrat-led National Labor Relations Board cracked down on law-breaking corporations and fortified workers' right to organize. As we know, in 2023, President Biden became the first sitting U.S. president to ever walk a picket line when he marched with striking United Auto Worker members in Michigan. The president, Donald Trump, worked aggressively to put corporate profits over workers' rights during his last term, and he's doing it again. This is why we're going to see in the second term, just like happened in the first term, that wealth inequality in this country will continue to rise. For starters, he attacked the National Labor Relations Board and its mission of defending workers' rights, illegally fired the one Democratic board member, like in his first term, and he's stuffing the board with anti-worker people. Elon Musk even called the NLRB unconstitutional, while Trump has praised Musk for firing striking workers. The president is also looking at repealing sick leave, minimum wage, and overtime protections for some categories of workers. While making working conditions worse, he has also made it less safe. During his first term, Trump had the fewest OSHA safety inspectors ever, and he's already fired 2/3 of the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health workforce since retaking office. His assault on workers' rights and safety does not stop at the factory gate, but it follows workers at home as well. And this is important because we can't talk about bringing manufacturing jobs and this industry back to America without ensuring that we empower and protect the American worker. It's probably the most important part of this conversation, and Democrats are going to ensure that the American worker is front and center here. I look forward to working with my colleagues from both parties, as well as workers, labor representatives, private industry, to continue the manufacturing boom that was started by Democrats over the past 4 years. But this effort must never be at the expense of safety, dignity, and prosperity of the American worker. Thank you. I yield back.